Hey everybody. So wanted to get back to talking about the Dragonlance books, in particular Dragonlance Tales, the first three books in the Tale series, which you can see there, there, and there. The the first two trilogies in Dragonlance Chronicles and Legends were some of the best written fantasy material. Maybe not best written, that's taking a stretch too far. They were some of the most page turning fantasy material I'd ever come up with until the point when I read those. And I read them when they came out. So I was a teenager. It was the 80s. It was not, it's 40 years ago now, right? So it's a while back. But I reread them with my kids over the summer, and the kids liked them. It was great. They're teenagers now. So, are there better written books out there? Probably. Are there better characters out there? Maybe. But these things are really kind of hit a sweet spot, right? To kind of bring people into the fantasy world. And something about the combination of the cover art, the chapter art, the storylines, the characters, it kind of just pulls you in. And I really found them enjoyable. Tales is a little bit different beast. So, like, take the first one, The Magic of Krynn. Um, First off, this trilogy is a collection of short stories. So it's not quite the same vibe as picking up a trilogy of books. It's a collection of shorter stories to kind of go through and expand the world of Krynn in ways you can't really do in a novel. Well, you could, but you can't necessarily do correctly in a novel. And one of the things I like about it, one of the things I find interesting is about this trilogy and the ones after it. So in this one, you've got The Magic of Krynn, you've got Kender, Gully Dwarves and Gnomes, and Love and War. There's probably 30 short stories between them. And the thing I like about it is we've all read books that we think go on for too long. Thank you, George R. R. Martin. That, in the beginning it's okay, and then it just gets really long-winded. And some authors do this throughout their career, and some series do this. The Jack Ryan series comes to mind. I mean, some of them were excellent, tightly written books. Others just got kind of drony. George R. R. Martin is like this. He, especially in the later books, he's like, okay, I had a 9-page description of a meal. Woohoo, what's that do for me? How's that advance the story? And as a writer myself, I like to try to just put things on the page that advance the story. And some stories aren't going to hold up for 3 books. They're not going to hold up for 300 pages. They're going to hold up for 20 pages. But they're important stories, and they are important to the world that the stories exist in, and especially in the world of Krynn that is now up to 200 plus books. Sometimes those short stories fill in little blanks that people have. And I really enjoyed this series of books because of that. And if you really wanted to learn something about Krynn in a quick way, these are the way to do it. And the other thing about it is, you can also pick out. These are not all written by the same people; they're written by a variety of authors. So if you've never tried, certain authors before, it gives you a chance to actually go through and see some of their writing and see. And it's not as much of a commitment as reading a 400-page book, which takes some time. So um, I'm going to keep going through the Dragonlance books, through hopefully the entire series at some point. But and I'm also going to go back and talk about the individual books one at a time. But I kind of wanted to approach it now as sort of trilogy at a time, just to kind of give you sort of some overview of what those trilogies are or were when they came out. But these, if you've never picked up a Dragonlance series of books, or you never read one, and you don't want to try to pick up one that's a couple hundred pages and part of a trilogy, there's this overarching huge story arc, try one of these. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. But being short stories, you can get through them pretty quick. You can get through every one of those stories in one sitting. You may not get through all of them in one sitting, but they are well done. So try them today. Click like, subscribe, follow, unfollow, comment, tell me I'm wrong, say you hated them and they suck. The cover art is crap. I'd argue on that one. But let's engage. Let's talk about it. Everybody have a great day.